Hello, party people. Hello. It's Randee for Thunderhorse Descendant. I just wanted to pop on and show you how I am going to be utilizing some of my Beebeecraft cooperation program items. And the first project that I decided to make is going to be a leather knotted necklace. I'm going to be utilizing the leather tube crimps that we had ordered, and so I'm going to be utilizing those. I'm going to be utilizing the black leather that we had got in that package, also one of the sparkly blue focals. So what I have laid out here is I have some beads, and actually just by coincidence, I happen to have some of these. These are also, both are also from Beebeecraft. These are their porcelain beads, and those are available on the website, and I'll link those. And then also I had gotten these glass beads with like the foil inside, which are really nice, and I just thought, hey, these are all going to be great for this project. So here I just have a little combination of spacers and stuff like that in case I need them. I just like to keep those handy. So we're gonna just jump right into it. So I started this by utilizing one of the crimp tubes. The idea was that I would then use one of the toggle clasps to clasp the necklace. You don't have to do this, because normally what I would do is like a button clasp, but we're trying a little something different today. So I have that on there. I put both pieces of leather inside. Basically, this is about 3 yards. Not 3 yards, I'm sorry. It's about 3 feet. It's about 1 yard. There's 2 of them, so that makes for 2 yards. I got them in there, squished it down, and I'm ready to start. So, here's how it goes. Move you up a little bit so you can see. Okay, so what I do is I just start by putting a bead on one side, and I pull it down till we're about right here, and I'm just going to tie an overhand knot. Now, I will say that these are, you can make these as tight or as loose as you want. It doesn't really matter, as long as they're all about the same distance so it looks uniform. And I'm just going to keep going like this until we get to the middle. I'll put the focal on. It's actually really easy, and this is a good project to do also if you have extra beads left over, you know, like bead soup beads. If you have just one of these and 2 of those, or you know, that type thing, this is a really good project for that. I use this a lot for using up some of those beads, because you don't want to just be rid of them, you know, you don't want them just laying around either, so you want to be able to make something with them. And I found that this project is really a good project to do. So just keep going like that, just tightening these knots as I go. You don't want to pull too tight on this cording so that it snaps, but you also want it to be tight enough where nothing's gonna move around. There is really no rhyme or reason to my these are cute. I don't know if you can see these. They have little printed butterflies on them. These are also from Beebeecraft. The porcelain ones. They're super cute. I ordered those quite a while ago, I think, and this is the first time that I've got to use them. So I'm excited about that. All these beads that I'm using, I chose these because they do have a larger hole, because this leather that I have is a 1.5 millimeter, and so I just want to make sure that they're all gonna fit. Okay, so I'm gonna finish putting the beads on, and I'm gonna jump forward and do that until we get to putting on the focal. All right, so we're ready to put on our focal piece. And this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both cords and I'm going to go through the focal bead. I'm going to bring that down. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to tie my overhand knot again, but I am going to leave a little extra space so that this can move around a little, because this is going to be the bend in the necklace. So I don't want that to be too tight. Okay. So now we just start going up the other side. Now you could do the same pattern, or you could do opposite, pattern with, you wouldn't have to follow pattern. It could just be free form or whatever. But I think I am going to use the same beads on the other side as I did on the first side. And all you got to do here is just look and follow it back up. And again, all I'm doing is pulling this bead down, tying my overhand knot, just like you'd tie a balloon, pulling that down and giving it a little tug. Okay, I will go ahead and finish this until we get back up to finishing the end. I'll be right back. All right, here we are at the end. So as you can see, I got my focal, I followed the design back up, and now I'm going to put on the other crimp tube. So I know this may seem a little scary. If you want to leave yourself some extra, you can, just until you get it on there and get it, straightened out. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut these at an angle so that you can get both of them in there and pushed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it off where I want it at an angle. And you could use glue if you wanted to, that makes you feel a little more secure. But since I'm using 2 strands, it's going to be a snug fit. Anyway, you're going to see them start to come out the top there. And so that's where I give one last little tug, and I'm going to stop. What I'm going to do now, okay, so you're going to take your chain nose plier, put it in the middle, and you're just going to squish this down a little bit. You don't have to Hercules it or anything. Flip it over, do the other side. Then you're going to want to spin your entire project, and you're doing this to make sure that you're getting it crimped on each side evenly. Okay, so you're going to do the pull test. Make sure it's on there, and we'll move on to the next step. Okay, let me get this out of the way here. So the next step is just simply putting on the toggles. You may remember these. These are the PandaHall Elite Toggle Clasps. So this is one way that I'm utilizing those. So you just get your toggle clasp out. And I'm going to grab a couple jump rings here. Alright. So, what I do is, for the toggles, I'm going to put on the male toggle part, which is the bar, and I'm going to do that on the left side. I'm just going to tighten up that jump ring, and you're going to want to, when doing jump rings, always be going this way, not this way. Always this way. Okay? On the other side, for the female part, okay, here we go, this way. You are going to put on one jump ring as a spacer, as like a to give it some room, and the second jump ring. Okay. Oop. Drop it. Okay. So that is the entire project. And just some helpful suggestions. I would make sure that you, especially if you're selling your jewelry or you're just really concerned about the security, I would just use a little dab of leather glue inside here before you crimp it. Put a little dab of leather glue in there. And I did have a lot of extra leather, but that's okay. I had about, let's see, what do we got here? About a foot. Yeah, about a foot on each side left. But this project really can eat up the leather, especially any knotting project. And so I always want to make sure that I have enough. I would rather have more than not enough. So this made an 18-inch necklace. So I would just suggest that if you are going to try one like this and you're going to put a focal, you're going to want to have more leather than you need. You can always reuse the scrap on a different project or something to that effect. It's not like you're just going to throw it away or waste it. But if you're not going to do a focal, you don't really necessarily have to worry too much, because if you're just going around doing a necklace, there really is no focal point unless you're doing a pattern. So I would just watch out for that. But other than that, this is my first project that I made with my items from the Beebeecraft cooperation program. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please subscribe to my videos, give them a thumbs up, comment, like. Let me know what you guys think. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.